The next section of the CD I'm going to show you is the saved assessment section. When you've made up all your tests, remember they get saved into a particular screen in the month that you saved them, for example November. So if you go to November, all your tests will be displayed. Let's click on Maths Literacy Grade 10, and then let's click on the second test over here. This is an on-screen test that we created. Let us assume now that you want to give this test to your class. You can actually now take them to the Media Center and they can do the test. Now, if the test is an interactive one, you can fill things in. For example, you can answer that particular question, and once you've done the test and you've filled in all the answers, remember some questions are not interactive, so you cannot fill things in, but those are interactive, you can fill in, and the software will produce a mark for you. When you click Next, automatically the report of that particular test, of all the interactive questions that you've done, will be displayed on the screen. So in this particular case, you can see that in data handling, there was a question, you got nothing correct there, so your score is 0%. But in some other instances, there'll be many more questions, and you'll get a proper score and a proper percentage. Please remember that if you're making up interactive questions, you must always put in a mark allocation. That is, when you make up your test, you must put in mark allocations. If you don't put in mark allocations for questions, then the report card cannot actually create for you a proper score. So let me show you again what I'm talking about. When you make up a test, remember there's that mark allocation button. If we give that 2 marks, then when we do this test eventually, it will score that particular question out of 2, and a proper report card will be provided for you. And again, let me just show you, so we can call that test 6, and we can make that without answers on screen, and we can then save that particular test. When we go to November to the saved tests, we can have a look at that particular test. I think it's grade 10, it's test number 6, and there you go. If it has a mark allocation, there's your mark allocation of 2. You can now see that if you actually go and do this test and you fill in your particular answer, it will produce a report for you and it will give you your score. And you can see this time you got it incorrect, and it's 0 out of 2 because you gave a mark allocation, and so that means your score is 0%.